So you're after a 7-seat SUV, but you want it to be stylish, safe, spacious, comfortable, techie, and maybe Swedish? I don't know. I'm joined by the brand new Volvo XC90, but what is it like? Let's go for a spin and find out. Right, so sadly, my time with this car is a bit limited, which is a shame because there's so much tech in here that I would like to explore it a little bit more. Anyway, I really must get going. Right, oh, okay, engine on. Now, bizarrely, it's got a start button, which isn't really that groundbreaking, but instead of pressing it, you twist it, which is a little bit unusual. There we are, the engine fires up like so. Right, and away we go in quite possibly the biggest car I've ever driven. It feels like I'm driving a bus. My word. So this car is powered by Volvo's T5 engine. It's a 2-litre, 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, which offers 247 brake horsepower with 350 Newton meters of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic and all-wheel drive, of course. You'll hit 62 miles per hour in 7.9 seconds and continue to a top speed of 134. This car isn't really designed for speed, but this is the sportiest XC90 yet because it's the R design, which means you get a sportier styling, and I have to say it's a very handsome looking car. If you don't quite fancy this engine, there's 3 others to choose from. The D5 diesel, which offers 235 horsepower, the T6 petrol, which offers 310 horsepower, and the T8 hybrid, which offers 390 horsepower. Every engine is mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox and all-wheel drive. Now, first impressions, this car is very techy. It's a very nice place to be. It's finished marvellously. You've got lots of premium materials. I stare over a dashboard trimmed with leather, and it feels really pleasing to the touch. As you would expect from such a big car, I have got a very commanding driving position. In fact, it feels like I own the road. Get out of my way, peasants, move! Yes, it's a very nice car. And it's quiet. There is a bit of road noise coming from these large alloy wheels, but apart from that, it is super civilized in here. In regards to getting a good driving position, that was very easy. The steering wheel adjusts for rake and reach, but of course you would expect such a feature in a car of this price. And the seat is also electronically adjustable as well. So getting comfortable is an absolute doddle, it really is. And I've got not 1, not 2, but 3 slots for the memory function. Now, as you would expect from a Volvo, you've got lovely digital displays. It's all very techy, all very cutting edge and modern. Because I've got the R design, I do get sport seats trimmed in leather, which are really nice to sit in. I must admit, when I first got in this car, I was like, oh, this is nice. They're supportive, but they're still comfortable, and a lovely spacious interior. My passenger is so far away from me, she may as well be in the next county. There's lots of space in the middle row, and don't forget, this car is a 7-seater. So your whole family, well, not your whole family, not unless you've got a really small family, but you know what I mean. You know, your family or your friends or whoever can come along for a super comfortable, yes, super premium ride. Space in the middle row is generous even for a taller person like myself. I'm 6'2", and the boot also offers a good amount of space, but if you have it as a 5-seat layout, it offers 967 litres. However, if you have it in 2-seater mode, it offers an impressive 1,868 litres. Now, at this point, you may be wondering just how usable the third row of seats are, as normally they're not really designed for adults. However, Volvo states that anyone up to 170 centimeters tall will fit. Well, that counts me out, as I'm over 185 centimeters. Let's talk about the ride. The ride is actually really, really good. This car is rocking 20-inch alloys, so you expect the ride to be quite crashy and a little bit jarring, but it really isn't. Yeah, it's a really nice, smooth ride. This 8-speed auto, so far it has worked seamlessly. And I can imagine this being a really nice car in which to eat up many, many miles. Now, I won't lie, this engine isn't the most frugal. So on a combined run, this car has a combined fuel economy of 35.8, which, let's face it, isn't exactly groundbreaking. And CO2 comes in at 184 grams per kilometre. This means for the first year of VED, you'll be required to pay £830. But if you want to keep costs down, then it almost goes without saying that the T8 plug-in hybrid will be the best one to go for, as it emits 56 grams per kilometre of CO2, meaning for the first year of VED, you'll be required to pay just £15. I know I said it earlier, but it's so quiet in here, it actually feels like I'm shouting when I'm talking to you. It feels like I'm having to tone my, bring my tone down a little bit, because it's so peaceful in here. You really do feel like you're cocooned in here. And although this car is bigger than some houses, when you drive it, it doesn't feel as big as what it is. Obviously the high commanding driving position gives it away, but I don't feel like I'm struggling down some of these roads, because some of them are a little bit tight. But this car is super easy to drive. This, I can tell, would be a lovely cruiser. It may be a sporty model, but it's not really designed for speed. It's more to look sporty. Although I do have different driving modes. So I've got comfort, eco, individual, dynamic and off-road. I'm not really too sure who would take this car off-road. Yeah, it'd be like trying to go off-road in a fancy hotel room, but never mind. So let's pop it into dynamic. There we are, selected like so. And as you would expect, the engine has got a bit more get up and go about it. So let's see what this car's like when you push it a little bit. Right, so open stretch of road. Let's take control of the gearbox myself. See how it changes. So down into third, into fourth. Smooth gear changes. It works well. Into fifth. I didn't even notice that change, which is good. Oh, lane keep assist is trying to keep me in the middle of the road, which can only be a good thing. Now, although this is a big, heavy SUV, it's actually pretty good in the corners, better than what I was expecting. There is, of course, a bit of lean, but it's tauter than I would have imagined. Now, although this is a heavy car, the steering is still pretty direct. It's actually got a decent amount of feedback to it. More feedback than I was expecting. So it's safe to say that the XC90 is more dynamic than what I was expecting. However, I would still argue it feels at its best when you're at a nice, sedate cruise. So, with that in mind, let's pop it back into comfort. And everything becomes softer and more mellow. The steering weight has decreased. The car's engine response isn't quite as urgent. And you can just sit back and relax. I have to say, that soaked that up really well. That's a really broken bit of road. Yet, the damping was really impressive. Of course I felt it, but the car composed itself very quickly. Time to talk about price. The XC90 starts from £51,860, but the R design starts from £55,360. Standard features include 20-inch alloys, tinted rear windows, electronically adjustable front seats, LED headlights, front and rear parking sensors, pilot assist, dual zone climate control, heated front seats, 12.3 digital instrument display, leather interior, 9-inch touchscreen, DAB radio, Bluetooth, smartphone connectivity and navigation. One thing I will say about this touchscreen, the navigation graphics, they're not quite as crisp as I would have wanted. I was expecting it to look a little bit more high def, a bit more sophisticated. But I'm sure the sat-nav works absolutely fine. This may be a car that you can drive fast effortlessly, but I must admit, on my short time with it, I've not felt the need to drive this car fast. It's just a really nice cruiser. It's so comfortable that my passenger has decided to recline her seat all the way back. You're essentially lying down.
No. It feels like I'm in a spinal board. I can't reach the lever, I'm stuck. Oh, I got it.
And let's finish with safety. I mean, after all, this is a Volvo. Standard safety features include 7 airbags, autonomous emergency braking, whiplash protection for the front seats, lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that Euro NCAP gave the XC90 5 stars with adult occupancy, scoring an impressive 97% and a safety assist score of 100%. The XC90 was also dubbed the UK's safest car earlier this year, as no deaths have been recorded for the XC90 in the UK since it first went on sale back in 2002. So to sum up my short time with the Volvo XC90, my first time in a Volvo, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed. As a way of covering a lot of miles in class and comfort with a lot of space for both occupants and luggage, you really can't go wrong with the XC90, and because it's a Volvo, it'll be super safe as well. So all in all, yeah, I'm very impressed by the Volvo XC90. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, give it a massive thumbs up. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click that bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. And if you aren't subscribed, guys, what are you waiting for? Be sure to subscribe for more car obsession. Oh, I could have a nap about now. Oh no, I'm driving.